Disney company is the worst company to make movies this year, and by top spot, yeah, top spot. Yep. So Disney lost its reign as the top grossing studio to 2023 box office to Universal due to a string of underperforming films. Universal's success was largely attributed to the surprise hits like Oppenheimer and franchises like the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Disney's disappointing years were marked by underperforming sequels and remakes, leading to the studio's loss in the box office race. So Disney lost the top spot, even though they usually dominated with in the last few years with the MCU with at the height of the popularity and and the Star Wars trilogy, which they bought the MCU and Marvel and the Star Wars franchise, and also they made some animated movies which were big hits. But this year they didn't do very well. So even though they had like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Indiana Jone, the Dawn of the Dynasty, and the Little Mermaid, which grossed at 4.8 billion globally. Universal state with Oppenheimer's box office and the Super Mario movie grossed at 4.9 billion. So just a couple steps higher. And this is according to the new variety news company. This marks the first time since 2015 that Disney did not take the top spot for the global box office. So it usually had to Univer- Universal. They had like Oppenheimer, which was at $950 million, and Super Mario Brothers at $1.3 billion. So, and Warner Brothers also showed up with they had the Barbie movie, which was at 1.4 billion, and then when you have other companies come in, Disney got shut out. And Universal also had the fifth biggest movie of the year, Fast X, at 704 million, and the two of the two biggest on the horror movie that of the year. Five Nights at Freddy's at 295 million, and Megan at 181 million. Disney had the MCU movies with more She-Hulk and the Wasp, Quantamania at 476 million, and the Marvels the 205 million, which were both disappointments at the box office. And additionally, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which was at 384 million was a box office bomb. the Little Mermaid, the race swap, that one was at 569 million, which underperformed at the big budget, and the studio that sent film Wish with that 176 million, which also flopped, and Disney was a powerhouse, but 2023 happened, and they lost to Universal and also Warner. And people were making a big deal out of Barbie and Oppenheimer, and people were watching Barbie first, and then Oppenheimer, and or people watching Oppenheimer first, and then watching Barbie. So and Barbenheimer, hashtag Barbenheimer was like a big deal at that time. This in 2023. Also, Disney is focusing on too much race swapping and also LGBT inclusion in their movies, and that's why people tend to not watch their movies that much as they used to watch their content, which that proves to be a big point. If you watch the TV show The Owl House, you'll know we're what we're talking about. Because people instead of like the storyline, people were focusing on like representation, or instead of the actual storyline, or like the friendships, or all like or the other parts that really mattered in the movie, and there was like some changes I made here and there, just to fit some races, so people could feel accepted, and and while these people, they just wanted to watch a live action movie, because it's a movie about, yeah, the story that I've seen, like the animated version of the movie. So let's see what the live action movie is like. But and then they race swap it, and even the people of like the race that try to help represent, that didn't go in a good way. We've seen videos of even a little girl watched who saw the Little Mermaid, the Bailey one, and she saw it, and she shouted, "That's not Ariel," because she saw the original one. And even though the original actress was the VA of the original animated Ariel, and the one that was made in like the 1930s, and who supported Halle Bailey for making this new version for black people, so they can feel represented. There are people who would rather say they would rather focus on like a good story, instead of like a race swapping, and that's why Disney flopped. And even in a movie like Elemental, which is basically the elemental, the water, fire, air, and earth live in this city, and then they're trying to, and then these elements that they're trying to like get along with each other. But when some of the writers that they threw non-binary characters, so the main character had younger sibling who is apparently non-binary and is voiced by Ava Hauser, who is non-binary, and they and Ava Hauser literally decided to advertise that on X Twitter instead of just advertising Elemental as as a cast member. Hey guys, I'm Ava Hauser. Uh, check out this movie Elemental that I star in, which that could have been more of a welcoming movie because people would rather watch a movie where they have like a more of a good friendship storylines, and also so where people can also enjoy it. And Disney used to be more of like a family movies where you could like watch these movies in the theaters or buy the DVD, Blu-ray, 4K at home, and then you could also enjoy the experience of like the classic Disney themes of. But now it's all propaganda, and that's why Warner and Universal and Illumination, which they're also they came back with the Illumination. They came with a little min, mini movie that from Despicable Me Vector, which the minions they tried to help them get them back off the moon and back to Earth. And this is way before this their new movie Immigration. It basically happens, which is the movie of where these ducks they move from this area, and then they end up in New York City, and then they try to survive being in New York City. And that movie is better, and no propaganda or anything, and you can just sit back and have a good laugh. And that's why Disney didn't do well, even during the holidays. Even though some people may claim that Disney did well, but only some movies did good because of like maybe some features and some things that were in the movies. But overall, Disney unfortunately did not do well, and they need to find new ideas. And what they're basically doing is on the Disney Plus, they are also they are adopting these stories, such as Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and that's how basically Disney is making a profit. So whether they release more good movies in 20 this year or next year, and unfortunately, just a reminder, they are making a live action. So this is like the fourth time they're making Snow White. Which Rachel Zegler, she is a Latina actress. She was in like the West Side, and also in another Shazam movie. And she was only picked because she can sing. So she watched the original Snow White movie, and she hated the animated movie. She hated the Fable, and then she just wanted to make some changes to the original movie, and so that version has a lot of political stuff, and she believes that Snow White is just her name is Snow White, and she deserves to. She is just a political leader. She is like a queen. She is a ruler instead of. She meets the prince as a young girl, and then and you know what happens, and then the father gets tricked, and Snow White. She runs into the forest, and then she gets lost, and then she becomes friends with the seven dwarves. In the original fable, that it's more violent about what happened to the witch who tried to kill her, and the Disney animated one in the 1930s, that they did it less more family friendly, because of that's the Disney brand, that they lie about any actual story that actually or a fable or an incident that actually happened, and to just try to make it family friendly, and that's how it is. So there was already, the live action one. Kristen Stewart, you know, she played Bella Swan from the Twilight Saga. The actual books, and the movies. I don't know why people hate her, but yeah, she's a great actress, and she can do her own stunts. In general, she was also in the Charlie and the Angels, and she did Snow White and the Huntsman, and also there is also the Winter War, which is a sequel, and so they were, that version had Charlize Theron as the evil witch, that she's going to that Kristen Stewart fights, and then also the huntsmen, and they're not dwarves, but they're huntsmen, like they're like warriors, and Chris Hemsworth, the guy who famously plays Thor. in the Avengers. So there's that. And then there is also Once Upon a Time, which that one is played by Lily Collins. You know, she's a cute actress. One of my favorites. She worked with Taylor Lautner on a movie. And then there is also the one with Jennifer Goodwin, which she played Snow White, and apparently she was actually that version is a bit different. So she the marriage scene in that movie that she then actually the baby is actually her baby, and so apparently when she wasn't filming, apparently at the time Jennifer Goodwin and her husband had been they had they had a baby, and the baby actually was actually used in the movie. So the baby you actually see in the Jennifer Goodwin's version of the Snow White, which people say that is the most favorite one compared to Kristen Stewart or Lily Collins. So yeah. So originally, Rachel Zegler's terrible one, which Rachel Zegler also showed up in also starred in Hunger Games, the prequel, that one, the movie that came out, no, just a few months ago. That one, and the people said that they didn't want to watch it because of Rachel Zegler's in it, and then Rachel Zegler, she was at the SAG AFTRA strike. She was wearing a Snow White costume, and she was acting all oppressed, like. Yeah. And she was like walking on the sidewalk for 18 hours, complaining like, "You need to pay me more," and she was, she was acting all entitled. So people they couldn't take her seriously, and so she also, regarding her Snow White version, live action version, so that's the fourth one we've ever heard of. So she also trash talked about her Prince character. She said the actor is he's fine, but but she trash talked also about the prince as well, and she called the prince a stalker, and so originally the movie is coming would be coming out this year in 2024, but because of what she said and all of the toxic comments she said online, yeah, they bumped it to next year. So fun. Hopefully we see better things, and hopefully no one sees that one, because also not just what Rachel Zegler said, and And Gal Gadot, she would nodding to everything that Rach- Rachel Zegler was saying, and that's just problematic. Even because an older actress should actually give proper advice to a younger actress who is just like around like 22 or 23 years old, and she is acting like a social justice warrior. So yeah, that's probably the last thing that we want to talk about right now.